Hey guys, my name is Joe, and I wanted to talk to you today about four huge areas of most people's lives that a lot of people want to get better in. So if you're like, Joe, I don't really want to get better at anything, I'm already awesome at everything, you're probably going to turn this video off because it's not going to be helpful. You should probably make a video if you don't need help in any of these areas. So the first area is being a parent. Second area, being a spouse. Third area being a leader, and the fourth area being an artist. So if you know me at all, you know that I'm try to be all four of those things. So obviously there's more areas to life than this, but I'm going to talk about these four things today. I do get questions online and also just in person with friends and kind of advice about things. And I've kind of learned a few things going along. I'm only 33, so still got lots to learn. But I started to notice some patterns in all four of these areas. Trying to be a good spouse, a good father, a good leader, and a good artist, and get better at all those. I'm not happy with just where I am, and started noticing some similarities. And the biggest similarity I came up with, which has been most helpful for me, and I hope for you, is actually really simple. But incredibly difficult. So the one thing that will help you be better in all four of those areas is simply being a better human. And it's kind of an easy concept. You're like, well, Joe, I know how to be a better human, But do we? Do we actually focus our attention on bettering ourselves as a human being in an effort to get better in these other areas? Sometimes our knee-jerk reaction is to go to another conference, to read another book, to watch another YouTube video. You're doing it right now. But if this betters yourself, then it's a good YouTube video to watch. So that's a concept that I've been focusing on myself. In my marriage, I've seen that be helpful. Instead of focusing on marriage issues, focus on what am I doing to develop myself and to change and to be more selfless and focus on others. And as a parent, instead of reading more parenting books, what am I doing to become more loving and selfless as a dad and focus on the needs of my kids, not the needs of myself? And as a leader, what am I doing to focus on others and to learn how to approach them and how to listen better and empathize and understand what other people are going through? That way I can help influence and lead. And then as an artist, and this might be, you can plug in whatever you need here. That could be a photographer, a designer, you could be a filmmaker, a writer. You may not do it for a living, but you do create. I believe that everybody is an artist and a creator in some way. So I get a lot of questions like, Joe, what kind of camera do you use for something? Or what kind of process you use on editing and all this stuff? And all those tools are helpful. But I got news for you. You're not one program away. You're not one YouTube video away from being a great artist. It's being a great human and understanding how humanity works and thinks, and understanding people around you and being able to empathize and feel pain and understand where somebody is coming from. And that allows you to create better art because you create something that people respond to. But if you have no idea how people respond and you've not been working on yourself to come from a healthy place, then you're drawing from nothing. In all of these areas, you're drawing from nothing. So you might be viewing this and you're like a Jesus follower and hardcore religious, and that's awesome. So then your first step would be simply to get into Scripture, and I would start with Jesus' life. Start with the Gospels and just see how Jesus led his life. If you're a Jesus follower, you should know how he lived his life, and it was full of sacrifice and love and selflessness and understanding and listening and very goal kingdom oriented. So start following him. Even if you're not a Jesus follower and you're not religious at all, I would still recommend follow these steps, become a better human. And I see so much good in the world already from my neighbors and my friends and everybody around me, even if they're not religious, and they start to see the value. And man, this is really cool. If I focus on developing myself as a human and being a better listener and empathizing more and loving people more and sacrificing, I find that I get better in these other areas. I find that my marriage is a little more healthy, and I find like my relationship with my kids is a little better, and I find that I have a little more influence at work and I'm becoming a better leader, and I find that my art is better and more, and people are responding to it more, or it's more impactful. Hopefully this has been helpful. It's been really helpful for me to focus on that the last few years and seeing some of the fruit from that. So send out any comments if you have any questions, or if you have comments on how this has worked well for you. I would love to hear those. Thanks, guys. Bye.